Morning, good morning. We have an exciting morning for you, and in the studio now I have Natoya Johnson Chapman, and we're going to be talking about life, glorious life, life that we should be grateful for, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning to you and good morning, Tobago. Thank you so much for having me here, Tobago Channel 5.
So why do you think it's important that we should be talking about life?
Because we're not living, we're just basically existing. We get up, just sluggishly go to get breakfast. We start getting ready for work. Whilst we're at work, we're ready to go home. Then we rush the children, we're yelling at them. You know, it's just a existence and we're just barely going through it, you know? So we need to start living. Let's talk about living. And that's one of the things that my business, Fresco Deli, would have started about 3 years ago. Our initial tagline is unprocess your diet. So if you don't know about Fresco Deli, we are an online deli. We do plant-based meals and products. But as we grew and as we went along, we realized that, you know, persons or eating for that matter is a very big aspect of being alive, right? So a lot of the services that we offered changed or started changing. So that's where the Let's Talk About Living concept came about, you know? So you get up in the morning, just as how you're gonna heat up your car, heat up your body, start doing some jumping jacks, stretch, drink some water, some bush tea. We live in the Caribbean. Why are we buying or drinking things that don't even exist here? You know? Get some fruits, go right outside and get your fruits and just, eat a banana, eat some guava, eat some papaya, you understand? These are the things that we have here naturally. But, you know, we keep on just looking for other things that are in the refrigerator or in a freezer and stuff like that because it's faster.
Yeah, but you know what? It's very easy to say these things.
It is.
But, you know, we're tempted by all the different types of foods around us. I mean, even the fruits that you said.
Yeah.
You know? I find in the Caribbean, we go overboard. So instead of having one and two, or maybe one mango, we have 3, 4 mangoes at one time. Not good for us, right?
I agree, but I also disagree because I understand mangoes, they're naturally. So if it's in season, absolutely. If you have a condition, of course, manage it. Everything with moderation. Yeah, so you won't sit down and have a bucket of mangoes. I mean, I've heard of persons who have done that. I mean, I might be guilty at some point of doing such at some time in my life, but it's also a living thing. And that is what's missing from our lives, living things, right? So have some fruits in the morning. When it is you're having your breakfast, have a salad. When it is you're having lunch, have a salad. When it is you're having dinner, have a salad in your meal. I'm not saying to have salad throughout the day. And one of the things that we would have promoted throughout our Let's Talk About Living program is that we encourage persons to make a big bowl of salad every week. And that way now you always have a salad made to go with something that you're having, right? If that is too much for you, saute some vegetables, some purple cabbage. Purple cabbage is great and it's good for your blood. It's also good for your guts. And really and truly, your gut is your second brain. So you always want to be feeding your second brain, the brain here and the brain here. All right? So make that bowl of sauteed vegetables and have it with your meals as well.
Yes, but you see, the thing with that is a lot of people, they put all this salad dressing on it. So you think you have a healthy salad, but then you toss all this salad dressing, a little bit of olive oil, I believe is okay.
Absolutely. Some lemon, some cayenne pepper, some garlic, you know, these things are the things that naturally has the flavor. All these things that you mentioned are condiments that were made from these things, but it changes when it gets to that stage.
Yeah,
it's actually... It's something totally different.
Yeah. And the quantity as well, right?
Oh
the quantity.
Goodness. Listen, I don't think we have time to talk about all that. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I definitely want to encourage persons to start living and just introducing these things in their lives.
So, okay,
you know?
you wake up in the morning, as you say, you do a little bit of exercise. And I do some yoga with my granddaughter. She's 21, she's in London. Every morning, we do a little 5-10 minutes yoga.
It's warm up. You're warming up your body for the day so that you don't come to work or go wherever you have to go and you're like, well, I did, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, get some. Listen, look at me. Look at me this morning. I mean, I know part of the exhilaration and the excitement of being here this morning is me getting ready to come here.
And you dress in nice bright colors, so of
Hello,
course that
I'm a Caribbean girl.
perks you up.
I'm a Caribbean girl. So
Yeah.
it's part of, listen, this whole cycle of living is part of loving yourself. If you don't love and appreciate yourself, you won't commit and do these things for yourself.
But how do you get up in the morning when you have all the kind of gloom and doom of what's facing you sometimes?
Yeah.
How do you remain positive? How do you get to that emotional
Me
mindset?
specifically, or how do
Generally speaking.
to encourage
Generally,
persons
and you
to
can
do
use
so?
yourself as an example.
Loving yourself. You have to love yourself. If you don't see yourself as a integral part of the life that you exist in with your family, your husband, your wife, or even the jobs that you partake in daily, you won't be encouraged to do it. But you have to love yourself first.
Let me give you an example about loving yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Many, many years ago, I read a book. It's by Ian Levansant. It's called Living in the Meantime. And it was actually a workbook version.
Yeah.
So you could write in it.
Yes.
And, you know, you read the little introduction or whatever. And the first question it asked me was, what makes you happy?
Yeah.
And I started writing until I couldn't. And then I stopped.
Yeah.
And I read it.
Yeah.
And I read it out and I realized what I was writing was,
Things.
no, very close. I wrote what made other people happy. I was doing all the things that made other people happy.
Excellent.
My boss,
Yeah.
the family, everything around me.
There you go.
It did not make me happy.
Yeah.
So what you've just said
Yeah.
is the right thing.
Absolutely.
You have to think about you. And I'm
Absolutely.
saying that to you, people.
Absolutely.
You think about it. If you have to
Absolutely.
answer, honestly, what makes me happy?
Absolutely.
You're going to say, oh, and you know, my husband this, or my mother that, my father.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things I encourage persons to do in our Let's Talk About Living program at Sir Fresco Delhi is your life is a project. I mean, in school, we create projects and we're excited about it as children. Create a project, create a Natoya project, create a Dill project, create, remind me of your name, create a project for you, right? And just work on that and be excited about it. See yourself develop because we are living things, we're living creatures, you understand? And we have to see ourselves as that, and we go through different stages of life every single day.
Yes, I know, and I know that you want to bring positivity.
Yeah.
But I want to be devil's advocate for our audience. How do you be positive when you've got issues, you know, ahead of you, especially financial issues, when you're trying to make ends meet? How do you get that positivity?
It's the same answer. It's the same answer. Really love yourself. Give thanks for everything that you have at the stage you're at. And that's the only way that you could go further. I think a lot of us in this society, we're high achievers. I am a high achiever. And I noted myself being, you know, I always want to get things, but we're trying to get things that are just here. But what about the experience that we're having right now? How is that feeling? Do we appreciate it? Did we realize how far we came from? You understand what I'm saying?
So how can we do this? I mean, loving yourself.
Yeah.
How can we do it? You know, it's just, not just a mindset. So, for example, if you're working from home,
Yeah.
if you're working from home and you're still in your sleepwear,
Yeah.
then perhaps you could, you know, put something nice and colorful like you have.
Absolutely. What are you thankful for today?
For today, life.
And
I'm
it's
just
the
thankful
basic
that I'm
thing that
living.
everybody says every day. But there's so many other things where we could be thankful for. Our heart beating, our blood flowing,
Yes.
transportation, toothpaste, soap, running water. If it is you start giving thanks for the basic things, you'd realize how big of an experience you're having in gratitude and the fulfillment of goodness of
Yes.
God.
I remember
You
when I was
understand?
younger, they would tell us negative things to make us see how grateful we should be.
Yeah.
So, for example, they
It's
would
crazy.
say, "Oh, you're moaning about, you know, you have all these people in hospital with problems
Oh my
and so on and so
goodness.
forth," and that would snap you out of it. You know?
Right? But it's still, that is we don't have all the time for that conversation too, but it's still a way to see, okay, well, you feel as if you're better than someone, but really it's not something to be thankful for. You understand? But just really give appreciation for the things that you're experiencing now, today, you know? Yeah. So that's about it. Basically, give thanks, warm up your body, love yourself throughout the experience, and rest. How could I forget rest? How could I forget rest? Resting is ultimate. It's the most affordable form of detox and restoration. And a lot of persons don't see rest as a detox. But when we're sleeping, our body is restoring itself, all right? Our liver starts working. Everything is just there in a state of peace and restoration. And it's a beautiful experience.
But you see, rest again
Yeah.
can be stressful. When you lie down, I remember the first time I did
Your
meditation.
mind keeps going.
No, because I'm saying that because a lot of people, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking, oh, wonderful. But you know,
Yes.
when
Oh my
you have like problems,
Yeah.
you try to rest. Your brain is still going on.
Going.
So we have to try and maybe think about how do we calm our
Yes.
brain so that we
Yes.
can totally rest. You know, like meditate and stuff like that. I don't know.
Thankfulness. One of the things that I would have started probably about 5 years ago is a gratitude journal, right? And just as I said, giving thanks, like verbalizing it, but also writing it, right? I use this concept that, you know, the things that are written, like even the Bible, it was written so it could happen. So we can now experience that. But when you write good things about your life
Yes.
and give thanks to the things every day, you now see the experience you're having, and it could also happen again.
Well,
Yeah.
I have to thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
bringing lots of brightness in place. And make
you
sure
so
that you
much.
stay with us, all right? We're going to be continuing talking on so many different subjects here on Rise and Shine.